For 6 years I've driven the same delivery route through the back roads of this county. Night shift, mostly. Out here the streetlights give up about 10 miles past town, and after that it's just you, your headlights, and whatever the dark decides to let you see. You learn a road when you drive it that long. Every pothole, every blind curve, every leaning mailbox, so you notice when something changes. And you especially notice the things that never do. The little white house at the end of Miller Road is one of those things that never changes. It's been empty since before I started. Paint peeling off in strips, windows black as tar, porch sagging into the weeds. The old-timers at the depot don't like talking about it. One of them told me a family lived there once, and that they walked out in the middle of a single night, and never came back for their things. He wouldn't tell me why. He just said, if you're ever out on Miller Road and that porch light's on, you don't slow down. I laughed that off. For years, until last October. It was past 2 in the morning, fog thick enough to lean on, and as I came around the bend by that old house, I saw it. The porch light was on, warm and yellow, glowing through the mist. The first light I had ever seen in that house in 6 years. And God help me, I did the one thing he told me never to do. I slowed down. There was a woman standing at the end of the driveway. Long dark coat. Arms flat against her sides. She stood so still she could have been another fence post, if fence posts wore coats. My headlights washed straight over her, and she didn't flinch. Didn't shield her eyes. Didn't move at all, she just watched me come. And then she lifted one hand. And she waved. Slow. Deliberate. The way you wave at someone you've been waiting a very long time to see. Something about it turned my stomach to ice. It wasn't a friendly wave, it was a patient one. Like she already knew, somehow, that I was going to stop. I still don't know what saved me. Instinct, maybe. But my foot came off that brake and found the gas, and I drove. I told myself I'd imagined how long her arm was, how her fingers didn't quite bend like fingers should. I told myself a great many things in those next few miles, and I didn't believe a single one of them. When I finally worked up the nerve to check my mirror, the driveway was empty. The porch light was off, like it had never been on at all, like she had never been there at all. But my hands were shaking on the wheel, and some part of me already knew they weren't going to stop shaking for a long, long time. I pulled into the depot white as a sheet. My manager, a man who'd run those roads 30 years, took one look at me and set his coffee down slow. Miller Road, he said. It wasn't a question. And then he told me the part. One wish to this day he had kept to himself. 2 Octobers before, another driver ran that route. New kid. He saw a woman standing at the end of that same driveway, and being a decent sort, he pulled over to help her. They found his truck the next morning at the bottom of the hill. Doors hanging open, engine still running, his coffee still warm in the cup holder. But no sign of him. Not that night. Not the next. Not ever. They never found him. No body, no trace, nothing but a truck, idling on an empty road, and a story the depot doesn't tell its new hires. And every October since, on that same cold stretch of Miller Road, folks say the porch light comes on again. Waiting. Patient. For someone kind enough, or foolish enough, to slow down. I still drive the route. It pays the bills, and a man has got to eat. But I don't slow down anymore. Not for lights, not for people, not for anything. And last week, when I came around that bend and saw her standing there again, closer to the road this time, one hand already rising to wave, I kept my foot flat on the gas, and I did not look at the mirror. Because I think, if I ever stop on Miller Road, I already know exactly who will be waiting to wave me the rest of the way home.